Hey, this is Eric with TechnoRV, and this is the learning series for the Garmin RV 785 GPS. And in this video, I want to help you understand the map screen a little bit better. And so this is your map screen, and from your home screen, let's go back. This is the screen you'll see when you fire your GPS up. You just click View Map, and now we're on the map screen. So most of the functionality comes when you actually have a route in place, which I have not put a route in place here, but let's play around with it a little bit without a route in place. So one thing that you can do is you can tap anywhere on the screen. So let's just say I tap right here, and it'll kind of give me a point of interest. So if I just knew based on the screen of where I was at and where I wanted to go, then I could basically enter that as a destination rather quickly. And so keep that in mind. If you kind of know where you're at and you're like, oh yeah, I want to check this out over here, then you could easily just click on it, hit go, and it would take you there. Sometimes that's good just to get you to a general area. Maybe you know your way around the area, but you just don't know how to get there. So that can be helpful there. And then the other thing is you've got this magnifying glass, and this basically just will give you, and you can scroll up and down on this, and you can go through each one of these and see kind of what they are. But restaurants, gas stations, ATMs, and you can click on it and then click restaurants, and then it will, well, let's say no restaurants because I scrolled out of my area there. But anyway, if it would give me restaurants in a particular area, and it would just start putting kind of dots on the screen of where the restaurants were. So where things really get exciting with the map screen is when you have a actual route in it. So let's go back to the home screen, click where to, we'll just do a recent. We'll go to Tampa, Florida here, and just hit go. So I've got another video showing you how to do what I just did there as far as entering a destination. So I know I went through that.
Please drive to highlighted route.
I know I went through that quickly there, but you've probably already been through the video showing me how to enter a route. So now a route's entered here, and let's talk about the map screen and what all we can do here. So if I just tap the map screen, then again, the arrows up here, I can change the north up to 3D. Tap the screen again. If I click this second box, it'll kind of give me my route from beginning to end. Here's where I'm at now, and here's where I'm going. And so that's just a quick visual. If you ever just want to get back to that real quick, just tap the screen and hit that middle one there. If you want to do the route shaping, this is another way that you can do it. I've got another video showing you how to go behind the scenes of the GPS here and do some route shaping on your particular route. But this is just another way to get to it. I'm going to go backwards here and get back on the route. And again, if I just click the screen, hit this bottom box right here, that is route shaping. And now it says touch map, and that's, go back and see my other video on how to do route shaping. I'm not going to go through that again, but it is a very cool feature that you should be familiar with. Go ahead and click the back button, and again, so this is the screen you see going down the road, and so if I click my speed here, then it'll kind of pull up a display of kind of like an odometer and arrival times, and there's all the different kinds of information here. You can kind of play around with this and see if there's any information that that interests you for a particular trip. Your trip A and B odometers, arrival times, things like that. Go through and kind of play with this screen. It can be interesting. Not something I use a whole lot, but it's got a lot of information here. If you're looking for your location from a coordinate standpoint, that's where you'll find it also. Your arrival time is here, and but if you click that, you can change it. So I've got it set on arrival time, but you can do time to destination, distance to destination. You can go through that and customize that. So if I want a distance now, instead of getting there at whatever 12:48 a.m., it's saying, hey, I've got 544 miles to go. So that's just a couple of quick things you can do on the map screen here. And but where a lot of the tools are is down here where these three dots are. So if we click the three dots here, now we've got some options. So the edit route, I've already gone through that in another video, so you can check that out. Cities up ahead, this is just along my route, what is up there. And so let's say I'm in Sims. I'm going to go through Mobile, Daphne, Pensacola, and then I can click on it and it'll say, hey, in Pensacola, where are the gas stations? You want to see some restaurants in Pensacola? Just click that tab there. And then, of course, like other info. Well, I can go ahead and clear these out here. Hotels and things like that are on here as well. So let me X out of that. So again, everything for the map screen, a lot of it starts by hitting these three buttons at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. So click that again. So we've looked at cities up ahead. Now, what about just up ahead? Let's click that. Well, that's giving you your rest areas up ahead, or city parks, gas stations. This is just up ahead along your route. The other one we did was in a particular city. Now these are just kind of along my route. So here's like the Florida Welcome Center here. So if I click on that, then it's going to give me a bit of information here on it. And then if I want to route to that, I can always click on it and hit go, and it'll route me to that Welcome Center. I'm not going to do that right now. Let's go ahead and hit the back button. And in the lower right-hand corner here, I'm going to hit the X and get out of that. Okay. So let's start again. Hit those three buttons. Elevation. Not a lot to this, especially where I'm at, but you can see the elevation of where you're at and in a particular area. Go ahead and X out of that. Go back into it. Traffic, I'm going to talk about on another video. But one that's good to have here is this turns. If you want your turn by turn, then here it is. And what's cool about it is I can click on one of these turns and it'll show me that turn on the map. And then I can scroll through them. So my next turn after that is I'm going to turn right on 98. And then I'm going to get on the interstate at I-65. And it kind of shows it to me as I'm going. Here I'm going into Florida on I-10 East. And if you just keep scrolling, it shows you all the exits you're going to take and kind of what they'll look like on the screen as you come up on them. So I really like that. Go back into that settings, and you do have trip data here that you can get as far as just at a quick glance, your trip A odometer. You can change some of these over here if you want to do that, but that's how you get to them. And so you've got a lot of functionality here on the screen. Of course, up top is just, basically your routing instructions. And as you go, it's going to be telling you, hey, you got a right-hand turn up at Snow Road, and it'll be very clear about that. But just as far as navigating around the screen and getting additional information, that gives you a good idea of the functionality of this Garmin RV 785.